Elemental Gelade is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Mayumi Azuma. The fantasy adventure is a tale of a group of 5 who are in a journey to Edel Garden, the birthplace of mystical beings called Edel Raids who are described as living weapons. The manga series has been adapted into an anime TV series produced by XEBEC, 2 light novels, 2 video games for the PlayStation 2 and Game Boy Advance and 4 drama CDs. The anime ended after 26 episodes. The manga ended on 2009. Prior to the original broadcast of the anime on TV Tokyo on April 5, 2005, both the manga and anime were licensed by Tokyopop and Genon Entertainment, respectively for North American distribution. The announcement was made even after ADV announced they acquired licensing rights for both manga and anime a year before. Plot: the tale of Elemental Gelade is set in the world of Guardia where beings called Edel Raids coexist with humans. Edel Raids have the ability to fuse with a human and become a living weapon. The story focuses on the adventures of a young sky pirate named Kuvan Jayuit, an Edel Raid named Reverie Netherlands or as she prefers to be called, and 3 guardians of an Edel Raid protection organization called Archale named Sisqua, Rowan, and QE. Reverie Netherlands is set on journeying to the legendary land of gold called Edel Garden, but it turns out that she is a powerful and rare Edel Raid called the Shichikauhaji which leads to many villains attempting to kidnap her for themselves. Principal characters: Ku/Cloud Van Jayuit, voiced by Akira Ishida, Christian Air, Nozomi Takahashi, age 15. Cloud Van Jayuit, better known as Ku, is a young member of the Red Lynx Sky Pirates. He finds Reverie Netherlands in a coffin that was picked up as loot in a raid. He reacts and becomes her pledger, someone who bonds with the Edel Raid, and he promises her that he will be the one to escort her to Edel Garden. He soon realizes he has deep feelings for Rin and does his best to fight on his own, not wanting to needlessly waste her energy. Although being a sky pirate, he is a kind person who hates to see the weak getting bullied and is one of the only few people who consider Edel Raids as people instead of weapons. And, despite being a sky pirate, he has absolutely no skill at driving and or flying any vehicle. However, he improved quite a bit by the time the anime ended. Gelade techniques: Euros Loop, Euro Lumin, Notice Quadrado Sword, Reject Outwind Armor, Zephyrus Art, Ren/Reverie Netherlands, voiced by Mikako Takahashi, Brenna O'Brien, Huko Kiwashima, age 14 to 15, Reverie Netherlands, better known as Ren, is an Edel Raid and direct descendant of the Netherlands bloodline. She is also one of the 7 glittering jewels, an Edel Raid line said to be the strongest. She recharges her powers by sleeping, which happens fairly often. In the beginning, she stated that she had hated Cloud because he was human, but after he does his best to protect her from an invasion, she reacts with him and begins to think better of him. As the story progresses, she realizes that she has developed feelings for Ku. Her elemental gelade is on her hair above her forehead. Her elemental power is wind, which she best uses both defensively and offensively. Her weapon form is a giant sword on Ku's right arm. The appearance of the sword differs between the anime and manga. Sisqua, voiced by Nana Mizuki, Alexandra Carter, Ikkyu Otani, age 16, Sisqua is the energetic and upbeat leader of one of Archale's Edel Raid Complete Protection Association squads consisting of Rowan and QE. She is honest and passionate about her work, but only because of her desire to be promoted and her love for money. Sisqua is modeled from a character the creator drew in middle and high school and babyhood from the Darkstalkers series. Sisqua is not an Edel Raid pledger, but she is well versed in martial arts and gunmanship. Despite having a small frame, she's physically strong and capable on taking down well-trained pledgers such as the Edel Raid Hunter, Wallhound. Underneath her robes and hat, she keeps an arsenal of firearms, missiles, knives, and other weapons she uses to fulfill her missions. Sisqua's gun can be adjusted to become a launcher, shotgun, or machine gun. Her sister is Mafond. Rowan, voiced by Yuji Ueda, Philip Packard, Shoutaro Morikubo, age 21. Rowan is a guardian of Archale, and is occasionally tasked to assist with his senior in rank, Sisqua. He is a young blonde-haired man that tends to dislike conflict. In contrast to the impulsive and somewhat outrageous Sisqua, Rowan is logical, polite, and considerate of others. Rowan is very intelligent and seems to be well skilled in multiple areas, making it seem as if he was perfect. Whether it is cooking or fighting, he seems to excel at it. However, Rowan claims to not be entirely perfect and have weaknesses as well. He is an excellent cook, which is an ability that the other members appreciate. Rowan is also the only member who is consistently doing jobs to meet ends with the party's expenses. Gelade techniques: Vice Lit, Steel Vengeance, Three of Hearts, Curva Proclasis, QE/Culwheat Envitilia, voiced by Noko Suzuki, France Perez, Akami Okamura, age 17, QE, whose real name is Culwheat Envitilia, is a first-class Edel Raid from Arcale and is Rowan's partner. Her garnet red elemental Gelade are on the back of both her hands, which she covers with arm-length gloves. Out of the 5 main characters, QE wears the most revealing clothes, however the creator modeled her character from an old male character she once drew in the past. When QE gets hungry, which seems to be often, she can't react, so she eats enormous amounts of food at a time. It is an ongoing gag that she'll eat anything and anyone, and she nibbles on Sisqua when she is extremely hungry, her hunger-induced stupor leading her to view Sisqua's head as an apple, and in episode 4, she gnaws on Rowan's head, which he ignores and normally greets Ku. QE loves to battle and often jumps into fights hastily. When reacted, she increases Rowan's fighting speed. She takes the weapon form of double blades that Rowan wields on each hand and 6 chain sickles on his back, which can detach and attack opponents from a distance. Her attacks are designed for piercing over slicing. QE and Rowan can perform an obligath, a technique that enables them to chant 2 songs simultaneously. This technique requires complete synchronicity between the pledger and Edel Raid, and is thus not an easy feat to accomplish. Vero, a strange girl who temporarily tags along with the group. Artificially created as an Edel Raid, she was assigned to assassinate Cloud but later apparently develops feelings for him. Unable to successfully carry her mission out, she is killed by her superiors. Prasati fought Cloud at the battle arena to win the freedom of both herself and her sister Lilia. After released from debt and winning her freedom, she later eventually tags along with the group. Lilia, taken in by Rasati's family, she is Rasati's Edel Raid and little sister. Flag of Blue Sky. Plot: The Kingdom of the Sun, Fayagel was ruthlessly invaded by the Garden of Eden. They came seeking the king's Edel Raid, rumored to be one of the 7 glittering jewels. Sensing their intent, the king hid his daughter with his Edel Raid and fought against the invasion but was defeated in battle. The desert kingdom is now blanketed in a sheet of white snow after the battle. Escaping capture, the crown princess XEBEC Fayagel 14 reacted with Jean, the king's Edel Raid, and along with Puff, the kingdom's only mechanic, fled Fayagel in an ancient tank. They are on a journey to restore the kingdom and exact vengeance on the Garden of Eden. However, just like the first elemental Gelade, it is uncertain why Edel Garden is a warring nation for a place that is the name of a beautiful Eden or utopia. Primary characters Princess XEBEC Fayagel 14, the Crown Princess of Fayagel, the Kingdom of the Sun. Her father was King Varnashinga Fayagel. She was hidden along with the king's Edel Raid during the invasion of the Garden of Eden. She is now Jean's pledger after her father's death, vowing vengeance on the Garden of Eden. She has fled her kingdom with Jean and Puff in an ancient tank, traveling to restore her country and reclaim her throne. Her crystal pendant somehow allows her to communicate with Idola, a childhood friend. Elio Jean Velsun, the Edel Raid of King Varnashinga and now Princess Akia, she is one of the Shikaiko Hadou and her family has been serving the solar bloodline of Fayagel for generations. The king's death affected her greatly since the purpose of the attack was to kidnap her, but she hides it by acting cold. Her Gelade is onyx black and her weapon form is a sword which absorbs sunlight. When it moves it looks like a sword dance. She's very skilled with throwing knives. Pufflander, resembling a short dog-like creature. He is actually the mechanic of the race Cradle, an ancient tank. He was trusted by the king and serves as Akia's personal attendant. He is now traveling with the princess and Jean. Mafond a woman seeking to open a store in Fayagel, it was destroyed by the invasion. After getting arrested for fighting, she met Princess Akia and helped them escape. In exchange for returning the king's sword to Princess Akia, she will build a new store on a first-grade piece of land paid for by the royal family once she reclaims the throne. She carries explosives with her similar to Sisqua in the main series and is actually her older sister. Secondary characters King Vanashinga Fayagel, the King of Fayagel, the Kingdom of the Sun, Princess Akia's father, and Jean's pledger. Bearing much foresight, he hid his daughter and his Edel Raids during the invasion by the Garden of Eden. He fought against the invasion of his kingdom but ultimately lost in a battle against a skilled warrior named the White Devil. Idola, Princess Akia's childhood friend and source of strength as he mysteriously guides her to attain more power. Terminology Edel, an organization that aims to protect the Edel Raids, as well as provide them with happiness. Little is known of their true intentions regarding Edel Raids, especially Ren. Chaos Choir, otherwise known as Orgonite, a group who opposes Archael. Most members are Sting Raids or Edel Raids. Pledger or Pleasure, one who has reacted with an Edel Raid. Also called User in some places. React, to merge with an Edel Raid, thus gaining their power. Edel Raid, a female entity capable of reacting with a human and becoming a weapon. An Edel Raid can only have one pledger at any time. To take a new pledger, the old one must first die. Edel Raids are also capable of using songs, which are the equivalent of magical spells. If their elemental gelade is removed, they turn into normal humans. Sting Raid, otherwise known as Veros in the manga, it is an imitation Edel Raid, possessing lesser powers than that of true Edel Raids. They are actually created with imitation elemental gelades or elemental stones. They are generally treated as tools by the Chaos Choir. Sting Raids are also different from Edel Raids in that they don't need a pledger to react with, they can transform a part of their body. Garden of Eden or Edel Garden, where Edel Raids are born. Elemental Gelade, a gem that is embedded on the Edel Raid's body. It is proof that they are an Edel Raid. It is also stated to be their soul. Shikaiko Hoji, the strongest of the Edel Raid bloodlines. There are 7 of them. Edel Raids Attributes. In Volume 9, it was shown that all Edel Raids have an attribute belonging to one of the 4 glittering rings. First ring, Earth, weak to wisdom, strong to wind, wind, weak to earth, strong to fire. Ren is this attribute. Fire, weak to wind, strong to water, water, weak to fire, strong to greenery, greenery, weak to water, strong to wisdom, wisdom, weak to greenery, strong to earth. Second ring, Beauty, weak to void, strong to sound, sound, weak to beauty, strong to shield, shield, weak to sound, strong to sword. Tal is this attribute. Sword, weak to shield, strong to love, love, weak to sword, strong to void, void, weak to love, strong to beauty. Third ring, Light, weak to death, strong to darkness. This is one of the most rare attributes. Darkness, weak to light, strong to movement. Idwe is this attribute. Movement, weak to darkness, strong to quiet. Qe is this attribute. Quiet, weak to movement, strong to life, life, weak to quiet, strong to death, death, weak to life, strong to light. Fourth ring, the fourth ring is still in research at the moment. Ice is possibly one of the attribute of this ring. Media. Manga The Elemental Gelade manga was first serialized in the Japanese Shonen Seinen manga magazine Monthly Comic Blade on February 28, 2002. The manga is written and illustrated by Mayumi Azuma. In the summer of 2003, Vision announced that they will be publishing the manga to the North American audience. However, Tokyopop is the licensor and publisher in the United Kingdom and North America. The English translation is done by Alethea and Athena Nibley and the English adaptation is done by Jordan Capel. The manga has recently reached its final conclusion at the 18th volume, along with the releases of 2 guidebooks. Compared to the anime adaptation, the manga has a much darker story. A spin-off series called Elementar Gelade Flag of Blue Sky, also by Mayumi Azuma, was first serialized in the Japanese bi-monthly manga magazine Comic Blade Masamune on June 15, 2003, but then migrated in the monthly magazine Comic Blade Avaris on September 15, 2007. It is being released in North America in digital form by Digital Manga. Flag of Blue Sky takes place 2 years after the original story and stars a new heroine named XEBEC Fayadal 14, a princess of the Fayadal Kingdom. A video promoting the new series was released, but there are currently no plans for an anime adaptation. Anime. The anime adaptation of Elemental Gelade was first aired in Japan on TV Tokyo. On April 5, 2005, it took the Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. time slot, replacing the first season of School Rumble TV. XEBEC produced the animated television series, which spawned 26 episodes directed by Shigeru Ueda and music by Yuki Kajiura. The production of the anime adaptation was estimated to cost $400,000. Since the anime was produced before the original story had ended, a new opposing organization called Chaos Choir and their members was created. Existing characters such as Vero were adjusted to fit the new storyline. In April 2005, Genon Entertainment announced they were the North American licensor at the MIP-TV trade show in France, although ADV Films originally announced that they were the licensor as part of a co-production deal with Edel Garden at Anime Expo in July 2004. Genon released 6 DVD volumes bi-monthly from June 2006 to April 2007, containing 4 to 5 episodes each. On July 3, 2008, Genon Entertainment and Funimation Entertainment announced an agreement to distribute select titles in North America after Genon ceased distribution of their own titles in October 2007. While Genon Entertainment will still retain the license, Funimation Entertainment will assume exclusive rights to the manufacturing, marketing, sales and distribution of select titles. Elemental Gelade was one of several titles involved in the deal. As of October 2007, Genon no longer is involved in the U.S. anime industry, so North American distribution rights of the anime have been rescued from Genon by Funimation. Imagination TV, an American television network, broadcast the series along with several other titles from Genon Entertainment as part of their animation block Anime Energy. It was first aired in Japanese with English subtitles beginning January 30, 2007 and later aired with English dubs. Music, opening theme, Forever. Lyrics, or, composition, Takumi, arrangement, Hideyuki Daichi Suzuki, artist, Savage Genius. Ending theme, Yakusoku. Lyrics and composition, Michiro Kuroda, arrangement, Kazuyoshi Baba, artist, Michiro Kuroda, episodes, 1 to 25. Insert theme, Everlasting Song, lyrics, composition, and arrangement, Yuki Kajiura, artist, Fiction Junction ASUKA, episodes, 26. Amy Agari, artist, Savage Genius, episode, 15. Audio CDs 3 drama CDs was released by Frontier Works every 11 months for 3 years starting on October 24, 2003. It featured different voice actors than the anime adaptation. 3 maxi singles of the opening and ending themes, 2 original soundtracks, and 1 drama CD featuring voice actors from the anime adaptation was released by Victor Entertainment between April 21, 2005 and September 22, 2005. Video games 3 video games based on Elemental Gelade was released only in Japan midway through the anime season for mobile phones, PlayStation 2, and Game Boy Advance. Prior to the PS2 release, Torito released a 2D fighting game for mobile phones in May 2005. The PS2 version of the game called Elementar Gelade, Mato, Swifu no Ken was released on June 30, 2005. Mato, Swifu no Ken is a 3D cel-shaded fighting game featuring 7 characters groups and 2 unlockable characters in 4 modes of play. It was re-released on June 8, 2006 as part of the Torito Best lineup. The GBA game called Elemental Gelade, Tazasareshi Yuta is a 2D turn-based role-playing video game released on July 7, 2005 developed by Jupiter and published by Tomy Corporation. Playing as Ku, Ren, Sisqua, Rowan, and Qe, you journey from town to town and fight enemies through an original story and meet new original characters. Reception: in Jason Thompson's online appendix to Manga, The Complete Guide, he regards the plot as being stereotypically shonen. Footnotes and references. External links: Irimentar Gerad official anime site, Irimentar Gerad TV Tokyo site, PlayStation 2 game site, Game Boy Advance game site, Tokyopop's Elemental Gelade site, Elemental Gelade at Anime News Network's Encyclopedia.